you have to do anything else? It looks like it's running. And it looks like it's live too. That's not me. That's Brad Helfrich.
Oh, but that's awesome.
It's great.
It just follows.
Picture.
Excuse me, you're gonna have to move down a little bit.
Really? Because I'm right at the red line.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go right here. No, we're on this side. We're gonna put this in between
I know you're kidding.
We're gonna put buffer. Jenny's like,
Do you
no.
want me to-
We're gonna put a buffer zone to the table.
Do you want me to commentate on yours too?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
I was thinking
How
about
about
it.
I do yours and you do mine? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that would be good. There is a airdrop. Didn't know if you needed it or not. Oh shit.
Yeah, I did. Yes, well. Well, just wait until. Well, let's see.
Is Keith gonna run the music?
It feels kind of. Yeah, that's great. It doesn't.
Promise? Yeah, it's on. Good. I should give them a little bit of space.
If you want to.
What's that?
If you want to. This is just my family, so we can move them down.
No, we're good. I was just needing to get that. I saw it coming.
I know. We have the rookie squad here tonight.
All right, we got Keith Ballard in the box. I don't know if Keith is capable of music, but it looks like he's on his phone down there. Text messaging, actually. Maybe Coach Ballard doesn't believe in pump-up music. I'm not sure. We've got a full complement on our bench tonight. That is Coach Haran, Coach Rass, Coach Jungles, and Coach Davis. I think we've got a full complement of our team, having gotten through the Duluth tournament with no injuries. So that's fantastic. We got about 2.5 minutes left on the warm-up clock, and then we'll get started here. It is Edina Green versus Edina White. No one likes these games because it is always hard fought, and nobody likes beating up on your classmates and friends. Although somebody's got to win the game, unless we want to give tie to each other. So I'm sure the girls are going to come out cranking here. I have it on good authority that the Edina White team is planning to start Ruby Decker in goal. Ruby Decker is the reigning 12UA state champion goalie, having led the Edina Hornets last year to a 12UA state championship. In that game, she played an amazing game, and it was a good run towards the end of the year. I think in net for us, it looks like it's going to be Lex Autumn. As you know, the Edina Hornet Green team is coming off a championship up in the Duluth Icebreaker tournament. It was a 1-1 tie, followed by a 10-minute scoreless sudden death period, followed by a 3-person shootout that the Edina Hornets were lucky to pull out. This announcer made a huge mistake during that shootout when I credited Nora Boylan's shootout move to Jay Chapman. This is a correction. I was informed afterward by one 13-year-old Nora Boylan that absolutely was not a Jay Chapman move. That was a Tella Jungles move that she showed Nora just within the last month or so. So if credit is being given where it is due, Jay Chapman, you get less credit than you used to. Tella Jungles, you get more credit as a result of Nora Boylan's correction. It looks like we got about 30 seconds left in the warm-up period, and then we'll be off to the races. The 3 officials are out. We should be all set. Every Edina parent is making their way in. It looks like it's going to be a big crowd for this game. I have a feeling that Mr. Malinsky to my right just got himself connected into the Bluetooth. He is running the music through his phone instead of Keith Ballard. I think that's a good decision. I think this is Bobby Brown coming through the speakers. Looks like the Hornets are doing one hard lap. That hard lap is aborted. So, in what is a super annoying situation, the Edina green team is dressed in white, and the Edina white team is dressed in green. So I will probably just be calling out names and them and us rather than trying to keep it clear with white and green. I'll do my best and we'll see. We've got one Hornet team ready to go, giving a 1, 2, 3 Hornets around their bench. The other Hornet team, our team, is circled up around our net, and they've now just done the 1, 2, 3 Hornets as well. Malinsky turns on My House. Looks like we got Craigness, Cohen, and Ballard to start us out. Levy. Chapman on the backside. The other Edina team played us very tight in the earlier this season. I can't remember exactly when we played them, but it was a really tight game. And I think that they're going to come out racing here. They zip that down the ice. That's an icing call. So if I were a betting man, someone will complain about the officiating and claim that Edina always gets screwed. Tonight that might be true, because one team or the other is not going to come out the victor. Craigness on the draw, facing off against Harper Kuznia. Harper Kuznia is one of the few first years on that 15A team. They are coming out hot. Works it down to Craigness. Craigness dangles around the corner. Ballard jumps on that. Ballard in the corner, making some room for herself. Chapman jumps down, works that thing down. Back down to Ballard. Ballard works it up to Chapman. Chapman flings it at the net. Sauter, just fresh off the bench, tries to get there. She does. Boylan comes up with that. Boylan tries to work that around. Boylan in the corner now, dangling. Working around. She's getting some stick action from her old teammate. Here's sweet throw to the point. Long. That one gets knocked aside. Sauter works it back down to Boylan. Mal goes in to help out. Mal works around everybody. Tries to get towards that net. Chips it in just a little bit wide. Mal Tries to get through. They get a stick on that, but it goes down by the net. Sauter wheels out to Boylan. Boylan fires. Ooh, off a shin pad. Great shot. Great block shot, too. That's textbook. Here goes Hilo. That's going to be a call. I don't know if that was necessary for a trip. Here comes one of our captains, Mallory. She'll be called for a trip. Newcomb, Witherspoon, jump out to play forward. And now we've got Helfrich and Chapman on the backside. Lex Autumn settles in. We've got to wait for it to get put up on the board. Here we go. Keith Ballard is very familiar with rinks. I don't know if he's as familiar with the Soviet-era technology that is the Daktronic scoreboard. It's now up. Here we go. 2 minutes to burn. Off the draw, they try to fight through that. I think that's Kate Norman. Stormin Norman, number 12. Witherspoon jumps on that. Gets that thing out. Tries to work it across. Yep, number 12, Kate Norman on the other team. That gets zipped all the way to Helfrich. Helfrich flips it out of the zone wisely. Newcomb. I told you Newcomb the other day was jumping on every pass there was. Newcomb tries to dangle around one. That one gets back to Witherspoon. Witherspoon sees an angle. Goes for it. That one comes out to Levy. Let's keep it organized. Witherspoon chips that across. Newcomb now gives chase. We got about 1 minute and 17 seconds left in this power play for the other Edina team. Here they come, building out of the back. I think that's Simonson. Simonson in our last game drew a couple of penalties. Kate Norman wisely just barely taps at somebody. Good idea. That one gets zipped back down. Sweetser gives chase. The other Edina team goes for a change. Now this gets worked up. Claire works it up to Witherspoon. Off the boards. Witherspoon gets a hold of that one. Works it in along the far side. The other team's made a change now. Nedry's on the ice. Witherspoon creates some trouble. Great job, Nedry. Nedry had a hot hand up in Duluth. Great job. Levy getting chased back. Witherspoon comes up with that one. Witherspoon tries to chip that one out. Nedry gets that loose. Let's go. Nedry all alone. She's got a 1-on-5. Capson is the D. Capson and Nedry battling down in the corner. Looks like Nielsen jumped in to help. Cohen stays high. Great job staying high, letting Nedry fight it out. Playing the safe play with about 5 ticks left. Cohen picks somebody's pocket. Cohen dangles around. Cohen tries to work it up the sideboards. Loses the handle on that one. Comes out to the center ice. Ballard's now on. Over to Amy. Amy regroups. Chips that thing forward. Cohen's there to create some trouble. That gets low. Ballard with speed. I noted the other day Ballard has high hockey IQ. He's a very, very smart hockey player. That's going to be an icing. Helfrich was racing back in a foot race to get to that one. Good job, Helfrich. Okay, we can get reset a little bit. 11 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first period. We burned off the penalty kill. We're lucky to do that. Now we've got our usual set out there. Craigness, Cohen, and Ballard. Craigness wins that one back. Cohen chases down low. Kind of a set play. Good job. Craigness is there to help out. Kuznia chases it down with Craigness. There's a few of the players on the other team that I know real well, and you'll note that I call out their name from time to time. It's a habit. Craigness jumps on that one. Kuznia rips it around to Lang along the near side boards. Lang finds some space for herself. Chips it forward to Heidela. Heidela jumps past the D. Lex Adams in. Heidela makes a great move. Lex Adams makes an even better save. Long shot. That one gets knocked aside. Simonson now tries to dangle in. They come up with that one. That's a goal. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Super Bowl for the other team. So get prepared for them to scream and holler all night. We got 10 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the first period. I have a feeling we're going to quiet these people down. Kuzney on the draw. Borland fights through, gets that one. They chip it up. Sauter comes up with that one. It's a good start for the other Edina team. Over to Levy. Levy walks in, fires. That's a goal! Let's go! Maybe there'll be some hollering and hollering now. It took us about 19 seconds to even up the score. It's now 1-1. Nice job, Levy. Nice job, Mal. I think it was Mal on the back door saying, I'm right here. Sauter versus Kate Norman on the draw. We win that one back. Sweetser thinks about it. Fires it over to our goal scorer, Mal. Mal chips that one forward. Mal tries to fight through a couple of bodies. They come up with that. Ooh, it just barely gets out. Amy retreats backward. Amy enters the zone. Tries to get that thing forward. They're ringing around the boards here. Near side. Tries a cross-ice pass. Sauter's all over that thing. That one gets shipped back down again. Sweetser again. That one just barely gets loose. This is, just to be clear, this team over here, they are a very good team. Newcomb in, almost all alone. Wisely decides, I'm going to create some additional time. Their team is jacked up. Every time they poke the puck away, they're shouting from their bench. I'm not sure. Kate Norman's got a little stick going into Witherspoon. Nedry circles, fires, just barely misses the net there. Helfrich works it back down to Witherspoon. Witherspoon dances. Witherspoon's getting bodied along the far side boards. That gets out to Helfrich. Helfrich fires. Ruby Decker tries to save that one. She does. That's an icing. It's going to be a high-intensity game for the entire time, I think. We get a change of our forwards. Cohen, Craigness, and Ballard jump out there. I don't know if the other team is trying to match lines or not. It might be wise to think about it. Cohen, Craigness, Ballard, backed up by Helfrich and Chapman. They fight through that one. They come up with it. Try to get it out. Helfrich keeps that thing in. Capson chases back. Capson retreats. Helfrich pinches all the way down. She's down real far. Fires it towards the net. That bounces off of Capson's head. Ooh, nice job. Leading Craigness behind the net. Loaded up Ava Ballard. Ava Ballard almost had an opportunity there. It's near side boards now. Helfrich is battling down. That one comes out to Cohen. Cohen dangles around. Dangles around. Works it back to Chapman. Chapman tries to fire. There's some stick work there. Cohen picks that thing up, no problem. Here comes Helfrich, retreating back to her zone. Chapman fans on that thing. That one goes in. Lex decides, let's calm this down. Let's get a change of our forwards and D. The Edina White team is worked up. That's the other team. We're the Edina Green team. Sauter on the draw with Boylan and Mallory out there to help. Sweetser and Levy on the D. They try to fling that one in. Sweetser comes up with that, tries to chip it out. Simonson here at the red line, works it back down low. Sweetser comes up with it again. Sweetser tries to work it down low. Mallory goes to chase. That one springs loose. Levy is down low, chips it back down to Mallory. Mallory tries to just keep that one going the right direction. They come up with that one, long cross-ice pass. Here comes. So they've got to play. If it wasn't obvious, they've got to play with one fast player, one fast skater that they are going to try to send. They've done it twice already, so keep that in mind, folks. That one gets zipped on net by Ella. Ella and Mal behind the net now. Out to Boylan. Boylan looks, tries to get a shot off. Campbell just barely gets a stick on that thing. Lots of screaming from the Edina White team. I think that we might need to talk about good sportsmanship from the Edina White team. Witherspoon on the draw with Newcomb and Nedry. You got Amy and Helfrich on the backside. 6:47 left. Long cross-ice pass. The miss on that one. Helfrich comes up with that. Helfrich loses it in her skates. Helfrich fights through it though. Up to Nedry. Nedry's got, or Newcomb. Newcomb's got Nedry. Witherspoon. She's in the slot. She tries to come up with that. They just barely get a stick on that thing. They zim it out of the zone. Here they come, Larson. Barrett Larson. Helfrich with speed. Races by everybody. There's a check. The official thought about making a call, decided against it. He adjusted his helmet instead. Nedry does a great job getting a foot on that. It's back to Newcomb. Newcomb one-hands that, achieves the red line, works it back instead to Amy. Amy chips it up to Witherspoon on the near side boards. Witherspoon gets taken out too. Nedry with speed, fights back. Charlotte Rowe gets the puck taken off her stick. Ballard with speed. Dangles around one. Too many men. They had 6 players on the ice. It was unfortunate, but should have been a penalty called there. Craigness tries to work it up to Cohen. Craigness again. Chips it around. We're behind the net now. Nielsen and Capson fighting. I think that's Capson. They work it out to the point now. They try to get that thing loose. Cohen's there to create some trouble. Oh, Ballard just barely misses on that. Here comes the other Edina team. Amy races back. Thinks better of it. Rings it around the board to Cohen. Cohen tries to chip that thing loose. Oh, they come up with that. Long cross-ice shot. No dice there. Levy looking for room. Works it up to Cohen. Cohen chips it in. No ice there. Mallory and Sauter and Boylan are now jumping out. Levy chips that thing back down. Boylan goes to chase. Boylan puts Campbell into the boards. Mallory's there too. Kuznia comes up with that thing. Mallory tries to chip it forward. Levy again, forward. Mal works out the blue line. Fires, long shot. Ruby Decker knocks that aside. Mal comes up with her own rebound. Mal working around behind the net. Levy cheats in. Levy almost has an opportunity there. But look out! You better get back. Here comes Malinsky. Malinsky tries to get in. That's a good save. I wonder what took so long. I think they're chirping my daughter specifically. We switch out our forwards. We got Witherspoon, Nedry, Newcomb, Sweetser, and Amy back there. Rass would like to have a little discussion with the officials saying, are you going to call something or what's the situation here? I think that Coach Rass is probably trying to take the temperature down, everybody. Here we go, Witherspoon with speed. Around the outside, tries to get it over to Newcomb. Newcomb, they just barely miss on that. We got some hooting and hollering from the folks. Harper Kuznick comes up with that one, works it out to the point. Nedry, nice stick work there. Oh, here come their racers. Just throw it down and race, they say. Nedry's there. That one goes bouncing around. Amy tries to clear that thing. Amy works it up the sideboards to Nedry. Nedry wisely turns it the other direction. Here comes Hilo, one of their better players, flings it at the net. Boy, pushing and shoving in front of the net. I think our coach would like that to stop. We got 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. It's 1-1 here at Roy Marcel on a heated Tuesday evening. Craigness on the draw. Wins that one back. Kate Norman is fighting through it. Craigness chips it forward to herself. They try to come up with that one. It's in the slot now. That one goes high, bouncy puck. Autumn just runs out and grabs that thing. I think if we can get the next goal, it's going to be a backbreaker. 3:01 left in the first period. Chapman behind the net, up to Cohen. That gets interrupted. Kate Norman goes in. A lot of body there. Right in front of the ref. No call. Cohen gets it ringed around. Cohen. There's a stick coming in. That gets chipped out. We try to get that one on net too. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Craigness comes up with that one. Craigness out of the zone. Craigness zooming around. Puts that one out of play. We're going to change up our forwards. 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first period. Sauter, Boylan, and Mal jump out. Oh, it looks like we're getting a center zone face-off. Center ice face-off. Mallory fights through that, chips it in, races past Capson. Capson tries to come in. Now works it towards the net. Turned into a breakout pass for them. Off the back of the net there. That's an offsides call, guys. We now got coach with a hat backwards on the other team. Mimicking the energy of her team. We got one player in the wrong spot. There we go. Get over on the right side. Trying to wrap around. That one straight over to Boylan. Boylan almost races out of there. Chips it forward instead. Malinsky comes up with that. Sweetser. Right into Malinsky. Malinsky tries to kick it by Boylan. Boylan literally gets stopped by the official. They zip it out. Sauter. Boylan into the zone. Sauter dangles. Boylan's there to pick up the rebound off of the dangle. Sauter tries to chip down again. Doesn't quite come up with that one. 1 minute and 30 seconds left there. Boylan gets a skate on that thing. Boylan tries to chip it again. Not far enough. Newcomb keeps that thing in. Newcomb continues fighting. Sauter and Boylan go for a change. Sweetser retreats back to collect this thing. Sweetser over to Levy. Levy looking for an opportunity. Works it up to Witherspoon. Witherspoon in. Dangles around one. Can't quite get by their D. Harper Kuznia is racing down the ice. Amy puts somebody in the boards. That's just fine. Witherspoon's gassed after that first race down there. Works it over to Newcomb. Newcomb and Nedry. Witherspoon. It's like a 3-on-3, 45 seconds remaining. Nedry, near side boards, out to Amy. You know what? They're jumping up. They're jumping our D. So we got to be careful about that. Because last game we could work it across to the D all day. Work it out to the D all day. Right now they are playing it really tight. There goes Kate Norman in. Witherspoon fights this out. Cohen chips that thing forward. Layden Craigness is now on the ice with about 10 seconds remaining in the first frame here. 8 seconds remaining in the first frame. Amy works that out, chips it forward to Ballard. That's it for the first period. 1-1 tie after one. We'll see what happens next. Oh. All right, here we go. We're getting started in the second period. The Edina White team, that is the other team, must be feeling pretty good after one, playing us to a 1-1 tie. Layden Craigness on the draw. Let's see if it can continue for them in the second period here. It's a tie 1-1 game. They do a nice regroup. Ballard jumps on that. Craigness zooms in. Craigness almost gets a stick on that. Craigness wheels from the corner. Speed. Fires. Ruby Decker casts that aside. Cohen's there to help out. Craigness and Cohen working behind the net. Ballard's there to help out. Ballard chips that thing down low. Craigness comes up with that puck. Craigness wheels. Craigness looks for an opportunity. Working around. Works it out to Ballard. Ballard got a good stick on that. Levy tries to chip it in. Ballard races back. Great job, Ava Ballard, being there. That gets worked up to Cohen. Cohen gets to the red line. That gets chipped down. No ice. Craigness goes in for the hard forecheck. Mallory and Boylan are now out there. Boylan comes in. Mallory gloves that thing down. Mallory working around the top of the circles now. Fires. Just misses high. Mallory again tries to chip that thing towards the net. Sauter's now joined the fight. Mallory does not want to lose this game. That's out to Levy at the point. Levy's got to work that thing in. They come up with that. Levy out the red line. Fires that in. That's should not be offsides. I think it's got to touch the ice. Oh, he's calling another intentional middle of the middle. .13 and 46 seconds left in the second period. Sauter wins that back. Amy calmly assesses her options. Up to Sweetser. Sweetser chips that thing forward to Boylan. Boylan wisely ties up her defenseman. Sauter tries to work it over. Bounces off the side of the net. Mallory works it out to Boylan. Boylan tries to chip that thing in. That's a goal. So 1 minute and 31 seconds in the second period. The Edina Green team decides to get another goal. So now makes 2-1. I think that's going to be 7 from 12. I hear less cheering and hooting and hollering. We win that one back, but our D are not quite ready for it. Sweetser retreats in the zone, works up to Boylan along the far side. Sauter does a great job getting in the way there. She gets tied up. Play the puck. That one gets flung down low. Sweetser's there. Great job, Sweetser, coming up with that thing. Sweetser senses the lane, chips that thing forward. It gets all the way down, almost to the far side. Sauter is there to create some trouble. So is Mal. They're chasing it backward. Oh, wow. It's right there in front. Boylan in on Kuznia. Kuznia works it around. Up to Hedel on the near side boards. Amy's there. Boylan works backward. Hedel is there. We get a stick on that. Somebody shout. Oh, Kuz gets a stick on that. Now we get that thing out. Witherspoon with Mal. They just don't connect there, just barely off. Mal zings it back towards the net. Nedry's now on. Nedry and Witherspoon fighting it out. Nedry dumps Kuznia. That one gets thrown towards the net. Witherspoon out here near the point. Oh no, they got an opportunity here. Helfrich back, cleans that thing up, no problem. Helfrich calm under pressure and fast as anyone on the ice. Helfrich zipping on the ice. Let's go, Viv. She's got Newcomb in tow. That's a clean zone entry. She's into the corner. Oh, Kate Norman comes over and knocks her down. Newcomb's there to pick up the puck, though. Newcomb works it around. It's out to the point. Here's Witherspoon. Witherspoon works it back down to Newcomb. Newcomb in the corner. Newcomb dangles around one. Chips it towards the center. There's Witherspoon coming along the side, far side point. Oh, just misses over the net. That was an exciting one. That one they try to clear it out. Helfrich at the red line, works that back in. Another clean zone entry. Witherspoon, near side. Witherspoon waiting for help. Doesn't see it, retreats to the bench. Newcomb still out there. Cohen, and now Craigness is out there to help. Newcomb, Cohen, Craigness. Levy crashes in. That one they get wide. Our elderly official waves off the icing. Here comes Craigness with speed down the ice like a rocket. Newcomb goes for a change. Woo! That one hits iron at 11:15 remaining. Ooh, behind the net. Capson ties up Craigness. No problem there. Cohen leaves for Ballard. Ballard cycles. Ballard looking for an outlet. Works it back. Loads up Craigness in the corner. Craigness walks out towards Cohen. Craigness chips it. Almost goes near side. Lou crashes in. Levy gets out of the zone. Good idea. They've been sending that kid. That's their plan. Cohen. Back down to Craigness in the corner. Craigness thinking about walking. Dangles around. Boylan's now out on the ice. That one's just there in the middle of the slot. Levy tries to work that thing down. The rest of our forwards go for a change. We've had some sustained pressure here. Let's keep it going. Simonson gets interrupted by a stick. Capson gets a stick on Sauter. Sauter working around the near side boards, or far side boards. Mallory walks, fires, just misses high. Boylan's there, tries to chip it towards the goal. There's Sauter. That one's loose again. Great job, Mallory, working her tail off to get there. Boylan looks for the puck in the corner. There's a pileup. Everybody's getting tied up with about 10 minutes left. 9 minutes and 55 seconds in the second period. There's a tie-up in the corner. If this was the Duluth tournament, they'd be saying, move the puck. Oh, here they go. They got their race going. Levy wisely grabs that one. It's up to Mal. Mal enters the zone. She's got some trailers. Works it over to Sauter. Ooh, just missed on that one. Here comes the other team again. They try to work that thing out. Sauter works it back down low. Our forwards all go for a quick change. We got a full change happening. If they can take advantage of it, it's going to be a big deal. Nope, they didn't quite get there. Nedry, Newcomb, and Witherspoon are now out on the ice. Witherspoon chips it by. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second period. They bounce it off the boards. Fee is there. Sweetser keeps that thing in. Now it's loose. Rostoon works it out. Sweetser back over to Amy. Amy works up to that red line, zips it in down low. They calmly grab a hold of that thing. Here comes number 11. They get a low. For the first time in this period, we're seeing some offensive zone time for them. Good, clean breakout. Witherspoon gets taken out by Kuznia. Got Lang going in hard. Newcomb along the near side boards. Helfrich rings it around to Sweetser. Sweetser looking for an outlet pass. They've got a good defender out there, though. That one gets worked back down low. Helfrich, weird carry him off the board, but right onto her stick. Just under 8 minutes left. Helfrich works that thing over. They get it back down low. Sweetser retreats back into our zone. Get that pass off, kid. She gets it over to Helfrich. Uh-oh. We fight that thing out. Nedry racing by. Newcomb goes for a change. Witherspoon, big heavy stick there. In comes Ballard. I was talking about Ballard playing good all weekend. Incredibly high hockey IQ. Craigness, Cohen, and Ballard are out there with 7 minutes and 46 seconds left in the second period. It's a tight game here in Edina. Chapman and Levy on the backside. Try to clear that thing. Ooh, they may have been a little bit of a set play. Larson fires right into Chapman. Chapman knocks that aside. Levy behind the net. Thinks better of it. Chips it up the boards to Ballard. Ballard chips that thing out. Ballard gives chase. Cohen helps out. Cohen zooms into the zone. Fires. Almost in. Ruby Decker makes a nice save. It is now 7:22 remaining in the second period. It's a 2-1 hockey game. It's a sleepy Monday or Tuesday night here in the Edina South facility. Cragness wins that back. Ballard spins. Works it down to Cragness. Cragness thinks about it. Tries to walk out. Works it back down to Cohen. Cohen gets chased. Cohen comes up with that one though. Cohen looks for an outlet. They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job of man-to-man coverage. Cragness down behind the net. Ooh, just loses the handle on that one. They come up with that one. Mallory's on the ice now to help. Mallory, long stick. Interrupts that pass. Cohen busts loose. Boylan dangles around one. Leaves for Cragness. Cragness works it back down to Boylan. Boylan walks. Sees Levy on the far side. Ooh, Levy just missed that one. Great vision. Great pass. Great shot. Mallory now walking. Here comes the other team down the ice. Levy. Sauter's there to create some trouble. Sauter dangles around one. Sees Mal open. Decides against. Holds on to that puck. Waits for Mal to enter the zone. Mal walks through. Tries to load up something. Out to Levy again. Levy shoots. Fires. Ruby comes up with that one. Boylan goes hard into the boards on her own. Not a stupid play. She'll be all right. That one gets flipped out of the zone. I think she's embarrassed more than anything, folks. Good physical play. 6 minutes and 1 second left. 2-1. Your Edina Green team is leading. Face off in our offensive zone. Witherspoon try to win that thing back. Newcomb. Newcomb's due, baby. Come on. Oh, that one did not go in. Got some more hollering going on. Nielsen tries to fire that thing down low. Amy. Nielsen knocks the net off. The whistle should blow. But that's all right. He's just going to go put it back on. Not sure if that's actually appropriate. The official just raced down and put it back on. Here comes Nielsen in. Nielsen fires from far away. Lex gloves that down. We ring it up the boards. Sweetser again. Retreats behind the net. It turns into a bouncy puck for Newcomb here along the near side board. Newcomb gets that thing out. That's a high stick. Fee gets a high sticking. That should be an offensive zone face-off for your Edina Green team. Cragness, Cohen, and Ballard jump out. 5 minutes and 5 seconds left. Battle down low. It gets ripped around the boards. Big body coming in there. Good job, Chapper. Oh, they just barely come up that. It's off our skate again. Cragness tries to chip it to herself. Out to Chapman. Chapman fires. Ruby gobbles that one up. 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in the second period. It looks like Ballard is pushing somebody around. Lang and Ballard are exchanging what appear to be playful punches. Cragness on the draw, works that one forward. Ballard comes up with that one, works it back over to Cohen. I think that was a sort of set play to get that thing going. Cragness jumps into action. Cragness tries to work around. Works it back out to Cohen. That one's loose still. Kuznia is fighting for that puck. It's down to Cragness. Cragness works it over to Cohen. Cohen looks to fire. They just barely get stuck on that. Here comes number 7, one of their better forwards with some speed. Working around. She's looking for an opportunity. Halford chases her down. No problem. Ballard's there to help out too. Cragness comes up with that one. But Kuz gets that on her stick. Long fire. Weird carom off somebody's shin pad. Back on Heedle's stick. They almost have us get a breakaway with Ballard jumping that one. Kuz in the slot tries to fire. Cohen wisely ices that thing. I thought she was just going to chip it off the boards. All right. Second period. 3:45 left. Boylan, Sauter, and Mal jump on the ice. You got Sweetser and Levy on the backside. All right, defensive zone face-off. Sauter on the draw. She wins that one back. Sweetser clears over to Levy. Levy tries to work it back. Kate Norman does a great job creating no space for that puck to get by. Sauter tries to chip that out. That almost gets out. Still in the zone, though. Up to Mal. Mal works it over to Boylan. Boylan, it's got a little bit of room. She looks, fires, just misses. She probably thought about Mal. Knew Ruby Decker pretty well. Fires again. Now fires again. That one, third try. Ruby Decker saves 3 shots in a row. It's 2-1. Remains 2-1. Looks like they're giving the visitors an opportunity to switch up the players. Kuznia is on the draw against Sauter. Mallory fires. Ruby Decker off of her face. Little concussion check for Ruby Decker. 3 minutes, 0 seconds left. I think I just heard a parent yell, "Drop her, Stell," which is probably not appropriate. Boylan behind the net. Works it out to Sauter. Sauter just barely sails that one. They work out behind the net. Here we go, Mallory in reverse. Let's get on our back check, guys. Sweetser. There's a lead. That one bounces off a skate. Still loose. Still loose there with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. Weird carom. Levy tries to ring it. Sweetser's there. Sweetser thinks better of it. Kuzniev. Good skate along the boards there, Kuz. Unfortunately, this might result in an opportunity for them. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. I really don't like it when another parent yells during an Edina game, "Drop her." I think that's probably inappropriate. Kate Norman on the draw for them. Layden Cragness on the draw for us. That one gets worked out to the point. It's knocked aside. Nielsen works it out to Campbell at the point. Campbell fires. That was loose. They just missed that on the back door. Layden Cragness blocks that one and then comes up with her own rebound. She's zooming down the ice now. Got Cohen in stride. She works around, loads that thing up. That's in Ruby's glove, I think. Ruby Decker gloves that thing. 2-1. Edina Green leads over Edina White. Here with 1 minute and 49 seconds remaining in the second period. I think there'll be a resurfacing after the second. It's about 9 p.m. on a Tuesday night. Out to Helfrich at the point. Helfrich works it back down to Witherspoon. Witherspoon walks, fires. Ruby Decker gloves that thing. I think it's fair to say that Ruby Decker is keeping the other team in the game. Witherspoon on the draw. Works that one around. They just barely get a hold of that. Newcomb in the slot. Ruby Decker covers that one up too. 1 minute and 35 seconds left. One minute and 35 seconds remain. It looks like the other team has put out the Kuznia, Elise, and Nedry works down low. And I think it's Lang line. That one gets zipped around. That should be an icing. Oh, they wave off the icing. Helfrich back. Nice move, Helfrich. Helfrich dangling around a lot of people. Helfrich in a foot race. Works all the way into our zone. Ruby Decker covers that one up. 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining. Looks like the Mal, Boylan, and Sauter line are jumping out there. while the other team sends out some fresh troops as well. I think we're the home team. I don't know why the ref keeps giving them last change, but that's what's happening. Sauter on the draw. 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining in the second period. Try to work that out. Boylan in the corner. Boylan dangles. Oop. Almost comes up with that one. Not quite. Mallory's there. Boylan fighting again. Keeps fighting by people. She's got Nielsen trying to get the puck out. Levy tries to keep that thing in. We do keep it in. Cross-ice pass. Chapman jumps on that. Thinks better of it. Now she goes. Fires. Big rebound. Could have been an opportunity there. Reminiscent of a couple years ago. Mallory. No, that's not a trip. Horrible call. 31 seconds remain. Mallory heads to the box again. That was a horrible call. Second trip of the game. Two minutes remaining. So they're going to get to start. It looks like they put out the same kids again. Kuznia, number 7, Hila, and Lang. I guess their coach is pushing all the chips in. 2 minutes remaining. Long shot from the point. That one misses. It hit somebody and almost went off a Karam. Maybe we should turn off the music. There we go. That one. Alfred tries to clear. Don't let Malinsky fire. Lex Autumn grabs that, no problem. 13 seconds remain in the second period. Sweetser Cohen and Witherspoon jump out. "13 seconds left in this frame." Oh, she should be thrown out. Dirty play. That's high off the glass. Cohen's got an opportunity. 2 seconds, 3 seconds remaining. Good idea, just walk the dog on that one. We'll be back. There'll be 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the penalty. looks like the Mallory. Oh, maybe Mallory's headed to the box. That's what's happening. It looks like her dad has dutifully checked her into the box here. I'm not going to turn the thing. Cragness on the draw with Cohen. Alfred chopping out. Cohen loses an edge there. That's all right. Alfred works it around. Cohen still wins the race with that puck. Looks like we're going to have more of the same from the Dinah White team here. Somebody, 1 minute and about 8 seconds left. Don't let her walk. She's going to think about shooting. Over to Lang. She fans on it. Right on to Amy's stick. Amy, walk that dog, kid. Kuznia races back to get a hold of that thing. Cohen works it in. Cohen tries to get a hold of that. Simonson walks in, fires right off the mask. That one gets knocked aside. .38 seconds remaining in the tripping penalty. Sauter and Boylan jump out. Sauter on the draw. Got to see if we can kill off the rest of this thing. Levy comes up with that. Behind our net. Tries to work around. Chips up the near side boards. Campbell is there. Boylan gets an opportunity. Boylan's got one with her. Tries to get going with speed. Capson thinks about it. Boylan fires. Call that a goal. 3-1. Edina leads. Number 7, Nora Boylan. The D just kept backing up, protecting that pass. You probably could consider passing, but I think she made the right decision when you get up 3-1 here. About 1 minute and 5 seconds into the third period. A shorty for Nora Boylan. Chapman chips that thing forward. Sauter's there off the boards. Levy back, chips it out again. That's out of the zone. 17 seconds remaining in the Mal penalty. Boylan creates a little pressure for Campbell. That works up to Norman. Sauter's there to help out. Sauter. Boylan's in her way. Sauter works it around. Dangles around one. The puck's there. It's out to Levy at the point. Levy gets a hold of that thing. Fires. Norman takes that one in the face or a glove. Works around. Levy over to Boylan. Boylan in the slot. Ooh, just lost the handle on that. Up comes Norman. That's not going to be icing. It probably should have been icing. The older official and I are going to have a talk afterward about officiating. The one on the near side. 13:08 remaining in the third period. The Edina Green team is up 3-1. Ruby Decker has played an outstanding hockey game. This isn't a game where we're keeping track of shots. We've had a lot of shots. Lex puts that one away too. I'd also observe that this is a game where the other team has gotten a fair number of shots. So sometimes I will remark that we've had the majority of the shots. They've had a lot of shots. Our goaltending has been outstanding tonight. Witherspoon chases that out of the corner, rings it up the boards. That gets thrown back down. Amy gives chase. Amy sees Nedry. That is not going to be an ice. Oh, this one is going to be an ice. Okay. It's the older gentleman who I've got some difference of opinion. $12:50 remaining on the third period clock. Things are tight here on a Tuesday night in Raymar South Arena. Witherspoon on the draw. Amy chips that high off the glass. They keep that in, but Witherspoon gets a skate on that. Witherspoon achieves the red line, gets that thing low. Looks like the elderly official actually agreed with me that time. Here they go. They're trying to send somebody on the far side. That far side winger absolutely flies out of the zone. So anybody else, if you're watching, they are keeping their wingers high, trying to create an opportunity here. There to Nielsen at the red. Nielsen chips it in. Amy back. Nedry up the sideboards. Nedry and Witherspoon. That one gets knocked aside. Newcomb jumps on an opportunity there. It's a 3-1. She works it over to Nedry. Nedry just barely loses the handle. It's a bouncy puck She comes away with it. Malinsky tries to fight back. Nedry's got a little bit of action. Malinsky loses her stick. Nedry fires. Just misses. Great job, Ruby Decker, with that save. Cragness into the corner. Cragness dangling around. Nedry goes to the bench. Another one off the iron. That's our second post tonight. That was loud. That one, we go racing back. It looks like that one's going to be an icing call. Ballard gets there too quickly, so that's going to get waved off. Ballard working around. Works it across. Kuznia gets a stick on that. Cohen tries to work it out. Cragness gathers. Cragness dangles around. Kuznia gets a stick on that. Kuznia works it forward to herself. Amy gets to the inside just like she's supposed to. Long pass. Cragness comes up with that. Cragness is gassed at the end of his shift. She works it up to Cohen. Cohen into the zone. Dangles. Cohen with the dangle. Ballard sees this puck right in the slot. Almost there. Chapman at the red. Works it up to Cragness. Cragness can't quite handle that one. They chip it out. Helfrich in a foot race against Rowe. Helfrich senses a lane. Dangles around a few. She's got only one forward left on the ice with her, Boylan. Helfrich flings that thing over the net. Boylan's there to try to help out. They just try to rip that out of the zone. Mallory can't quite keep the blue line. That's just fine. Helfrich thinks better of that one. Works it up to Mallory. No ice. Sauter in net. Boylan crashes down too. Sauter out of the corner. Sauter getting ready to work. Dangles around the top. Chips around. Ooh! Tries to get that across. That one gets free. They work that up. Levy's got a one-on-one, but Sauter is racing back, and so is Sweetser. Great job on the back check, team. Here comes Levy. Levy tries to chip thing forward. It lands right on Boylan's stick. Boylan senses an opportunity to go around Campbell. Tries to get around. She gets knocked around. I hear too many cheers from the other team when my kid gets knocked on her can. Not fair. Maybe it's when you try to jump around a defender. Witherspoon now. They fling that. Levy retreats into the corner. Levy looking for an opportunity. Works it all the way up to Mal. Mal tries to chip that thing out. Oh, no. There's an opportunity for them. Boylan along the near side. That is not going to be an icing. No, it is going to be an icing. I thought it was going to roll funny and slow down enough. That's all right. We'll change out our forwards with 9:18 left. It's a 3-1 lead for your Edina Hornets. The Edina Green team is leading. Witherspoon on the draw. Nedry, Newcomb out there to help. I think that's Amy and Helfrich on the D. Amy chips it around. Ooh, we just barely missed on that one. Wow, there's cheering even when they just get possession of a puck. More cheering. Witherspoon. She's got a 3-1. 3-1. That one, they try to work over. They just barely get a stick on that thing. Nedry battles. They lose a stick. Newcomb's there to help. Nedry and Newcomb behind the net. Newcomb and Nedry. Nedry's there. Ooh, they fan on that on the exit. Here comes number 15, Stella Fee. I think Stella Fee was the one that received the instruction to quote-unquote drop them in the second period. They try to work that forward. Little body contact right here in front of us. Kuznia and Nedry fighting for that one. We get it worked into their zone. 8 minutes. A couple of our forwards are going for a change. Newcomb works that thing low. We've got a change of our forwards. Cohen and Cragness are out there first. Ballard comes out to help. Helfrich jumps that pass. Great job, Helfrich. They're trying to do their little get this thing loose. We got some stick work happening along the near side boards. Stick work against Cohen's a tough thing to pull off. Cohen comes out of that pile. Amy out at the point. Long shot. That one just barely misses. Helfrich goes for a change. Cragness down to Cohen. Or Cohen down to Cragness, excuse me. Cragness battling back there. She's got two people on there. Tessa comes up with that. Cragness. Cragness is being guarded by her old teammate, Harper Kuznia. Harper Kuznia is a tenacious forward. Great defender. She comes up with that one. She helps out get that thing broken out of the zone. She tries to chip it forward again. They've got their plan going. They're trying to send that far side winger. Little stick in the head that probably isn't great. That one gets out. Looks like that one's also going to be waved off. No, that's an icing. Good job calling an icing there. Mallory, Sauter, Boylan jump out. Just under 7 minutes remaining. It is a 3-1 game. The Humpty Dance is blasting through the speakers here on a Tuesday night in Braemar South. Levy rings that thing over to Mal. Oh, shoot, we just barely fanned on that. They try to come up with that. Sauter's there. The hand-eye coordination on Ella Sauter is unbelievable. Amy tries to work that thing out, or Mallory tries to work that thing out. We've got some auxiliary officials from the other team calling no ice. Boylan can't quite handle that one. Levy retreats behind the net. Thinks better of it. Works it up to Mal. Mal tries to get it out of the zone. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Somebody pick up a forward. Kate Norman using her big body, maintaining possession of that puck. Sauter over to Levy. Levy now. Levy's thinking about it. Chips it up to Mal. Mal sees Boylan breaking. Mal enters the zone. Gets that thing low. Back over to Amy. About 6 minutes remaining in this contest now. The third period continues melting away. We get a low. There's no ice there. Capson retreats behind the net. Capson, one of my favorite all-time players. Great family, great kid. Always a good personality to have on a team. Here come the Edina White team. Nedry with their speed. Amy works it up to Witherspoon. Witherspoon dangles around many. Here she goes. She's trying to load that up in front. That's a bouncy puck right there. Sweetser calmly knocks that thing back down to Witherspoon. Witherspoon sees some action. 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in this period. Here comes Newcomb. Ooh. We got Nedry going for a change quick. Cohen's now on the ice. Ooh, that one almost ends up right on Cohen's stick. Cohen's so quick with her stick. There she is. Works that thing around. Cohen, smart hockey move. She realizes I don't have an angle, but I can turn my body around and I can get it low. Getting it low is everything. Craigness is now on the ice. Newcomb, Craigness, and Cohen. Oh, Craigness tries to flip that thing towards the zone, towards the slot. They come up with that. They work it out of the zone. That's an offsides call. We complete the remainder of our change. Now we've got Craigness, Cohen, and Ballard out on the ice. We got 4 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the third period. Off the draw comes Ballard. Oh, that one sails off of Taylor Capson's stick. All the nice things I said about Taylor Capson, I take them back. Craigness working out of the corner. That one springs loose. They try to come up with that. Here comes Lang and one of their top goal scorers, number 7. Ballard chips it down. There's some incidental contact out there. Harper Kuznia gets taken down. More incidental contact behind the net. Cohen dangling. Looking for Ballard or Craigness. Craigness, almost has that. Great job. Nice save, Ruby Decker. Great puck movement. 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the third period. Out jumps Sauter, Mallory, Boylan. Helfrich and Chapman on your D. Sauter wins that back to Chapman. Chapman works it over. Helfrich wisely slings it down to Mallory in the corner. Mallory working out of the corner. Zings that towards the goal. Boylan's there to pick up the rebound. Boylan getting chased by her old line mate of many years, Harper Kuznia. Harper Kuznia is not fooled because she's seen it all from Nora Boylan. Sauter comes up with that. Dangles around. She's working around the top. We work it back down low. 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Mallory tries to win that race to that puck. Boylan goes over to help. Boylan. Sauter's there on the near side too. Sauter gets a stick on that. Boylan tries to dangle. Here they come. Boylan in a foot race. Good back check. Boylan fights through a lot of traffic there. Sauter up to Mallory. Boylan goes for a quick change. Here comes the Edina White team. Malinsky with a long shot from outside the blue line. Helfrich gathers. Helfrich sees the lane. Look out, speed skating. Kate Norman steps in her way. That's going to be an icing call. 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the third period. The commentator's dealing with a short work message here. That was a defensive zone faceoff. We get that thing out. Sweetser at our blue line, works it up to Witherspoon. That should not be an icing. There we go. Witherspoon comes up with that one after a couple of bounces. Nedry loses an edge right in front of the net. What a race over to the puck. Newcomb, Nedry are there to help out. They come up with it. Levy uses their soccer skills out of the blue line. Gets a hold of that puck. Decides to take it for a walk. Witherspoon creates some trouble for them as they try to get a hold of it. 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. Nedry down in the corner. Big body thrown at her. Newcomb's there to help. They're trying to clear that thing. Nedry again. Quick on the stick. Witherspoon shakes. Moves around a couple of them. Cohen's now on the ice. Here comes Campbell. Elle Campbell, who nearly called it a career last fall. I was very happy to see her come out and skate again for their team. A heck of a defender. Kate Norman and Tessa Cohen are in a foot race. Tessa Cohen comes up with that one. She's kind of going in alone. She gets manhandled. Penalty coming. Likely penalty shot. Here we go. Penalty shot. No penalty shot? No penalty shot. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. We get out. We got Craigness, Mal, Sauter working out there. Craigness out to Mal. Call that a goal. That was 11 seconds of efficiency. That results in a 4-1 lead for the Edina Green team. Mallory hanging on the back door. A little give and go from Sauter to Craigness. Mallory all alone on the back door, slid over. Doesn't miss on that opportunity. 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining in the contest. Now nobody get hurt. Levy jumps on that pass, leaves for Witherspoon. Witherspoon tries to chip that thing forward. Levy out at the red line. Levy, sensing an opportunity, chips it deep into our zone. Offensive zone, that is. Nedry gives chase, as well as Newcomb. There they go, they're sailing it. Levy uses every inch of her vertical to reach up and glove that thing. Comes up with it herself. Great moves to escape. Here comes Levy down the near side boards. The camera can't keep up with the moves that Mackenzie Levy's making tonight. 46 seconds remaining in the game. Here comes number 9, Malinsky. That's an offsides. Oh, they call it good. Levy gets stripped up. No call there. Cross ice pass. Chapman jumps on that. 28 seconds remaining. Nedry. Rostoon throws that thing in and misses left. 20 seconds remaining in this contest. Witherspoon, far end. Nedry zooms in. Nedry tries to make a move. They come up with that one. Nedry tries to load up Newcomb. Newcomb and Nedry in the corner. That's going to be it. 3, 2, 1. Game is over. That's a 4-1 win for the Edina Green team over Edina White. A good contest. I hope that people can relax now because there was a lot of agitation during the game itself.